Welcome to Pretty Ugly Lessons podcast. I am your co-host, Brittany Caldwell.
And I am your host, Deshauna Barber, and we are joined by a special guest. Introduce yourself.
All right, hello everybody. I'm Marvin Eccles, and I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
I'm very happy to have you because I have a lot of questions for today.
So for those that don't know, this handsome gentleman over here is my fiance.
Look at God.
Look at God. Look at God.
We made it.
We made it. We made it.
Yes. This is my future brother-in-law, you all. So this is exciting. Marvin is a very chill, reasonable, seasoned man. So I was like, you know what? Because us good sisters love to sit around and like talk about what men want, what we think, red flags, all these things. Let's get it from an actual man. So I'm here to ask you all the questions that we talk about in the group chat almost.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
In the suspense.
Yes.
And keep it real with us for real.
This is actually a very broad question, but it's good to ask anyway. What do men really want in a partner?
I think men, speaking for myself, we definitely want somebody that's beautiful, understanding, loving, and most importantly, peaceful. I feel like men's first priority when it comes to a relationship, in order for us to be happy in a relationship, is to have a woman that brings us peace. I feel like that is going to be, no matter how beautiful you are, if you do not bring that man peace, you're not going to have a successful relationship. So I think beauty, brains, femininity, and just being a man's peace. I think it's
What
really
are
important.
things, because everyone's on this like feminine energy wave. What are some key points to femininity that you look for when you're determining if a woman is feminine or not?
I feel like this goes a lot into attraction too. Like
Okay.
even for me, even when like Deshauna's getting ready, the way she walks, the way she smells, like even watching her in photo shoots, just being just feminine Deshauna Barber, like that is the sexiest thing to me. And that's just a feminine energy. Like we don't want like to feel like I'm with my homeboy.
Okay.
So it's like even the way you carry yourself, it's just, yeah, that's my lady there.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's so interesting because I feel like, you correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I've always been punned as a very masculine, like that I have a lot
Well,
of
now we
like
got two
dominant
different
masculine
things.
traits.
And see, this is the difference with me. I feel like people mistake ambition, drive, success with
Let's talk about
masculine energy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So I like, and see, for me, I'm also attracted to intelligence, drive, ambition. To tell you the truth, that's what I look for in a woman as well. Like, I don't want to be with somebody that's just going to be dependent for me. Like, I want a woman, not a daughter.
Yeah.
So I'm attracted to ambition, drive, like boss, but I don't think that necessarily means like you're masculine. But my thing is like, even in those settings, it might take you to have some masculine things, but like when you're with me, can you be feminine?
That's so interesting.
That's why I asked you, like, what do you look for key points of femininity? So, like, I had somebody tell me it really does matter your undergarments. Like, make sure that they match as much as possible. It is important to men. Is that a part of your feminine checklist? Are you really checking?
I feel like that's one thing like a man would notice or would appreciate though. But it's not like, I don't think a man would be like,
You're not matching.
yeah,
undies
like
and
it
bras
wouldn't be
today.
something like that you naturally complain about it, be like, wow, her bra's not matching her panties. Like, I don't know about this one. But the fact that you do it and it's sexy, it's like, okay, that's a turn on. Or like that's
Okay.
something I like.
Does it matter to you if like girls are sneaker head vibes or like heels? Is that a part of your femininity thinking?
Now see, I actually like both. Like I don't mind the sneakers if you're going to Walmart, but like when we go, I'm like this. When we go out to somewhere nice, put some heels on, put the dress on, the jewelry, cat a hair, nail, all of that. So it's like you got to know the balance, like, and then be reasonable. Like if we going to Chick-fil-A, I'm not gonna be like, hey babe, wear heels. If we going to something, but if we're dressing up, we're going out, we're going to a gala or an event. It's like that kind of stuff matters.
Yeah. Are you into like the heavy makeup? Not heavy, but girls who do like the full face. Like, Is that a turn on for you?
Listen to me. Before Deshauna, I don't think I really cared that much.
Okay.
Now I really, really appreciate it, and I actually like it though.
Okay.
So, and I'm not one of them guys. Some guys would be like, oh, I don't want you to be doing all that makeup stuff. Like, no, I actually appreciate her taking the time to like look beautiful.
Okay.
And as long as it don't look crazy, it look good. So yeah, like when she does take her time to do her makeup and looks good like that, like I appreciate that.
Has there ever been times where, like, are you the type of man, the type of boyfriend who you're honest, like, if the contouring sitting right? Or, like, not with her, but just in general. Are you honest?
Am I honest?
You say very you ask questions like,
So-
is it supposed to be that dark? That's how you do it. You don't say, hey, your contour looks too dark.
So this is my
you
thing.
ask a question.
So this is my thing. Or I'll actually find like a nice subtle way. It might be a little passive aggressive, but my thing is, if this is my lady and she putting time in herself, I'm not just finna be mean about it. Like,
Yeah.
wow, that's kind
It's
of
a hot mess.
yeah. Like, so it's like, oh, okay. Are
Yeah.
you doing something? Are you trying to? Or you got to find a way. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. So
Yeah.
you got to still be. It's my baby, so I know
Yeah.
she's still that's sensitive. So
One day I did like my makeup. I was in front of my man and I did my makeup and I'm like walking out the bathroom and he's like, well, like you can go finish. You don't have to rush. And I was like, so it's those little ways.
yeah,
Yeah. But I'm
I feel like
damn.
sometimes I
is it
feel like
not
we might
finished?
do that on accident. Like I'm pretty sure it's been some time where you did your makeup, and I was like, okay, we're going with light face today.
yeah,
And
you
you're
say
like,
something
it's
like
been an
that.
hour. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, I am. Does it look bad? Is there something you want to say?
Yeah, so you'd be like, no, you look beautiful anyway. Listen, fellas, if that's the response, just
Seriously, just run.
we
for
choose
it.
peace.
Oh, so in your list of things that you want in a woman, you led with looks.
Yes. Next question.
You led with looks. Are looks really, really that important? Would you not wife an ugly?
Well, we don't want to say
I
ugly.
feel like that's subjective, though.
Well, you want to say like if someone you would define as being like a 7 out of 10.
Or someone
Or
you're just not
6.
attracted to all the
Okay.
way?
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
that gets a little personal. Like,
Is a 7 out of 10 ugly?
yeah, I don't think a 7 out of 10 is ugly.
Yeah.
A 6? When does it turn to being unattractive?
see,
in a
Five.
person's
Five
eyes?
is average.
okay.
If you think about it, on a 1 to 10 scale, 5 is average. It's the middle.
I always thought like a 7 would be about average in the face. Like if you're at a 5, I feel like you're really heading on a person's personal scale. You're really heading towards unattractive if you drop below 7.
Who is a 10?
In my eyes,
Yes, as a woman. Let's scale this.
stop this.
Oh, okay. I
Who
thought
is a
you said
10?
something.
Oh, it's always going to be Justine Skye for me.
So if Justine Skye is a 10, where would you put Tim's?
I think Tim's is a 9. I think Tim's is
A
beautiful.
9.
Yeah.
Who is a 7?
But we just
I am
talking
not
about,
calling out
yeah. We're not.
Oh no.
But it's so subjective, though.
Yeah, it is subjective.
So it really is what's beautiful or attractive to you. Because what's a 7 for somebody else might be a 5 for somebody else.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is that if you're looking at a girl and she's a 7, would in your eyes she's a 7, would you be with her?
Yeah, but But listen, it's so.
I'm very surprised by that because I feel like we
It's-
talked about this and you said you only date 8s or above.
Ooh.
So you would date a 7?
It depends on what. It depends. It depends.
What about a 6?
No, okay, now hold on. We got to pass now.
You got a what?
Pass.
You gotta
60%
pass.
is what's that? An F?
A 70 is a C.
70
A
is
75 is a C.
It's
Yeah,
a C.
it's like
a
a D
60.
A 70 is a D.
A 60 is a what? F. Right.
Every scale is different.
Yeah, but no, it's subjective. But I don't think I could. If you told me brought a woman to me right now and she's a 10, I couldn't say that I would date her seriously.
Damn, why?
It's looks are important, but it's not the end all be all when it comes to taking somebody seriously. I feel like for me, looks are important, but they don't trump personality. They don't trump character. They don't trump virtues. They don't trump goals or aspirations at all. All that stuff is at the top and very important to me.
Okay. So say you have like a cutie who you have the potential to turn into a baddie. Would you invest in that? Or are you looking for somebody who's already in that baddie category?
Do men approach women like I could turn her into a baddie?
I'm saying, say you have a girl who's very cute, but she can't dress.
No.
But you're feeling her, but you know, you could always kind of help her dress. You're a good dresser.
I think that's weird.
Is that weird?
I feel like a woman could take a man and make him dress. I feel like it's weird for a man to be like, hey, I don't know. I feel like it's weird for a man to dress a woman. Like I feel like women could take a guy and then make his style great. I just feel like it's a little different if for a man to like want to.
What makes that weird for you?
I don't know.
I had one of my boyfriends.
I don't know.
Used to like buy my clothes.
I remember this one.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like,
All of them?
No, one
Okay.
specific.
No. Like all of your
When
clothes?
I moved, he just bought me a whole bunch of outfits because I
Okay.
moved from DC to Atlanta, and it's different.
Okay, so listen, is it like hey baby, I want to buy you just because I want to see you in this, or it's like, dang, she ain't got no style, let me dress her?
I feel like it was a mix of both, honestly.
Really?
So I had my own clothes and stuff, but he was like, I think you would look better in this, or like, hey, down here, a lot of these girls have this type of bag instead of this,
Oh, okay.
or like, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
that
well,
type of vibe.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, it's not always a negative thing.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Maybe I don't think I've ever even thought about that as a real thing.
So I have a question. So if there is a woman in the world that's trying to step her game up, she's trying to elevate the group of men that approach her. She
You're trying
feels
to
like,
level yourself up a little.
yeah. What's your first recommendation for a woman that's going to do that? It's because she wants to be more attractive to men that are maybe considered quote unquote I hate it, but high value, quote unquote high value men.
I would always like tell somebody to do the work on themselves first. Don't even pay attention or do anything in the eyes of let me do this for somebody else. I feel like
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
honestly feel like if you are what you attract, and that when you start taking yourself serious, you put the worth and the value into yourself, you level yourself up for you will attract other people that value that. But you don't want to level yourself up for somebody else. You're not going to be able to sustain that.
Yeah. I think that looking at your motives is
Exactly.
important. And if you're only trying to become a better person so that you can find a partner,
Yeah.
I think that that's like a misguided motive. You should always be looking to better yourself because you should want to better yourself
you always-
in areas of
And you
your
gotta
life.
look long term. Like if I'm doing something to get somebody, once I get them, what's driving me to keep on this? If this is what they were attracted to. So my thing is like we gotta look long term. Like I want somebody that regardless if I'm here or not, they are going to be that. That's what's going to make you last longer. But if you're just doing somebody and you're faking it just to get somebody, you're not going to be able to sustain that.
You know, that's one thing that I really think that I worked on after USA. I feel like I learned so much as Miss USA, but one thing that I realized is that the world experience, like that real world experience, the exposure wasn't there. I had very rarely traveled. I wasn't a well-traveled person, didn't really understand different cultures. I didn't even really understand etiquette. You know, when you're sitting at a table at a gala, I actually remember I was a beer drinker. So I probably told you this, where my manager at the time, she was like, hey, can you please stop ordering beers at these galas and these banquets? You're walking around with a gown and a Miss USA sash, and you have a Bud Light in your hand. Like
Very
yes,
brand.
like we have to really expose you to wines.
Yeah.
And then she also, listen, I didn't know any better. This sounds so bad. So I actually did I don't remember who it was with. Oh gosh, might have been with Cosmopolitan, where it was like Miss USA's makeup routine. And I had my makeup in a Ziploc bag.
Oh, off brand.
Yes. So it's like you don't know what you don't know,
Facts.
right? Like
Facts.
until someone says something you don't know. If this isn't something that I've been exposed to, even heels is something that I hadn't really started wearing until pageantry. So if I had a recommendation in general, I like that you said we have to really work on ourselves. Just because we want to work on ourselves, we want to grow, we want to expand. But I also feel like taking the time to follow certain YouTube channels. There was a YouTube channel, it's called My Feminine Energy, I think. And I really started working. So it's so funny to me that you bring up feminine energy, because I actually feel like I was someone that really lacked it. And it's something that I had to intentionally work on fixing, work on enhancing, because I actually feel like it helps my motivational speaking career as well. to walk on stage as a beautiful, stunning, confident woman that really represents the brand that I stand for. So if I had any recommendations out there to the girls that are listening, and I know you're giving recommendations, I'm going to pass the mic over. I would really recommend following different YouTube channels that teach you. And there's a bunch of different channels that teach you feminine energy. There's even confidence channels, and they have confidence coaches in the world. I was following one on Instagram. She was a confidence coach. She helped women just build confidence. So it's like you're saying, it's even beyond finding the right partner.
Do it for yourself.
It's helping with interviews when you're going in for a job. It's helping with, you know, commanding a room when you walk into, you know, a business meeting or something like that. Confidence in general is just attractive, and it assists you in every single space in your life.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I think that's the point. But you did that for you.
Yeah.
And as a byproduct of that, the type of person that you wanted to be with is attracted to you.
right.
So that's how I feel like that's how you do it. But also when it even comes to like etiquette and stuff like that, I tell people like even read the room. Like if you at a gala in a dress with a beer, take a look around. You see anybody else in a gala with
Self-awareness.
So my thing is like
Yeah.
even for we're not blessed to always be put in situations where we have the tools. Okay, if we step foot in a situation where we're not comfortable or it's new, just take a step back and look at the lay of land and be like, okay, I see everybody. Okay, so let me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just read the room too. So.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Marvin, red flags, go.
Sheesh.
We're ready for them all.
Yeah, it's a list.
Let's go.
It's a list.
Get into it.
I think rudeness first. I cannot stand complete turn off somebody that is like loud, rambunctious, rude. And my thing is I don't watch how you treat me, I watch how you treat other people. So if I take you on a date and you rude to a waitress, you can't do nothing for me
100%.
because you're probably embarrassing in real life. So I think attitude and rudeness is definitely a red flag. Coming out the gate very materialistic, red flag.
When you say materialistic, do you mean like I don't do Coach, I only do Louis, or like
Yeah.
can they be draped in it but humble?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
And my thing is like, especially off the gate, like if you come off the gate like materialistic for a man, that's a red flag. That's a red flag
Okay.
from the gate. So even if that is how you are, honestly, like coming out the gate very materialistic,
Stay humble.
stay humble.
What are things that you literally are just like disgusted by?
Besides rudeness, that's one thing. I'm trying to think. I don't like.
This is a safe space.
Is it really?
Always.
I'm a man that's attracted to intelligence, and couth. So like, I'm not gonna lie. If you kind of come off like a little green or a little ditzy or something like that,
Okay.
I'm like, oh, that's not the type of.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay,
Okay.
you got.
I
Sometimes
don't
you
like
gotta.
someone that comes off very dumb.
Well, no, I'm saying anything wrong with you saying that.
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
and only for me because I feel like that's, especially if I'm looking at somebody that's going to be a long-term partner, that's dangerous nowadays. Like I got to be able to trust that I'm with somebody that A, wouldn't put your life in danger, A, wouldn't put our life in danger, and I want you to be the mother of my kids. I got to trust you like to be a mother, to take, you know, like sir, I just need you to be like alert, aware,
Have it together.
and have it together. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What's some other things? What's some other things that I don't like?
What are some of the reasons that you've cut people off? Like stop talking to girls.
No ambition or no drive or no goals. I've
That's a red flag.
I've cut girls off that did not have any goals. Like if I talk like, oh, what's your goals or what do you want to do with your life? And they like, kind of nothing. I'm just, you know, if you don't have like a purpose, a drive, or something, that's a red flag for me. Cause like you're not working towards anything. So in my mind, a low key is like you just want to be taken care of.
Asking for money after the first date, is that a no or a go?
That is an absolute. What's redder than red? Let's
If the flag is on fire.
let's go there. Burning, sizzling, blue fire.
Damn.
Yeah, Asking for money you think that's okay?
First date is so early.
Well, hold on. You think that's okay to
I
ask
wouldn't
for
do
money?
that, but I know some girls who are like, hey, like, I want to Uber in maybe after the first date, but can you pay for my Uber or just
That's
small things? Or
different.
I know some girls who, hey, I want to get my nails done. I definitely know females
After the first
who
date?
ask after the first date. Yeah.
That's entitlement to me. That's early entitlement. And I feel like it's because it's like, okay, you taking me out, so I feel like I'm entitled to now ask you for something
Okay.
in exchange for my time.
Okay.
If we're talking about looking for an actual partner, I feel like that is a red flag.
Okay.
That is a red flag. You don't even know this person like that. He only took you on one date. Now, I don't believe in like a man not paying for the first date. Like we have to be men and we have to be chivalrous still. But like for us to just have one date and then the next day you call me talking about I need money for my nails, that's a red flag.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you mentioned the first date. How do you read a woman who offers to go Dutch on the first date?
How do I read a woman?
Like, how do you perceive that? So you're on a first date and she's like, hey, like, we can half it. Like, is that a turn on for you, turn off, or just,
Yeah, it's just I don't think that's not like a red flag. It's not a turn off. I wouldn't let her do it though, but I would appreciate the gesture.
Okay.
But I would never go for it. But I would like, it wouldn't be a red flag or wouldn't be anything that like would alarm me though.
So we're engaged,
Yes,
of
we are.
course. And actually what a lot of people probably don't realize is that I'm actually your first committed relationship. You've never been in a committed relationship.
I got to
never had
cut y'all off with that one because
What's
it's
wrong?
hard for me to believe.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of situations to where it's like, yeah, I was dating him, but he was not dating me. Are there females out there who have felt like they have been dating you and you're just now getting with your first girlfriend?
Okay, but is this what you're saying? But listen, I just want to clarify though. Is this a situation where, because it's one thing like if you end up with somebody's like, dang, I thought we was in a relationship. But so like, are you talking about like just dating?
I'm talking about, okay, you are 30 now.
Yeah.
And Deshauna is your first girlfriend.
Committed relationship, yeah. Let's get into it.
What has made you not want a girlfriend?
It's so baffling to me that this is so.
You've always
like,
probably
a
wanted one,
pup.
but
Yeah, but always the right one though. So for me, I grew up with I was blessed to have my mom and dad that's been in a happy marriage for over 30
Okay.
years. I've always taken relationships and commitment very seriously.
Okay.
And I've always been like, even my parents used to tell me like, don't rush to even be in relationships where you're young. You're putting a lot of grown, mature expectations on kids. So when I was younger in college, we're in college. Why am I expecting you to be loyal? This.
So you never had somebody that you were just like banging with for a long period of time?
Yeah, but my thing is, it was never like, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. Like if we just vibing and kicking it, having a good time, we know that, and that's just what we're doing. Now it's been times where I can tell she's been like kind of developing feelings, and I've actually been very, very honest and be like, hey, I know that we're getting to this point. I don't have those same feelings, or I'm not ready to do this. Let's just go ahead.
ooh, that would upset me.
I mean, but
I was
I'd
going to say,
rather
so
that-
what is the longest time straight that you've only so were you solo dating like somebody, or were you pretty much like, hey girl, I'm also dating others as well?
I don't think I've ever I have solo dated, but it hasn't been like a thing. It's just been like, oh,
A
this is just
commitment.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
this is just
It's
the
not
only
that I don't
person.
believe you. It's just like,
Yeah.
to me, it's different,
I can understand that.
but I respect it.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. If Marvin was your boyfriend at some point, please comment below. I'm just kidding. I'm just
yeah.
kidding. No, I'm
No
kidding.
comments gonna be dry.
I'm kidding.
wow.
Comments gonna be dry.
Normally, when a man would say, I've never been in a committed relationship, is such a red flag for me.
Yeah.
You're obviously breaking that stereotype, but in my brain,
Breaking a lot of
it's-
stereotypes for you.
Oof.
I like that for you.
Yes, sir. So, my question is it, I know that I feel like you might be the exception to the rule.
Why is that?
I don't feel like a person that, I don't want to say in the streets, but a person that is lacking in their ability to commit. To me, that is saying that they're just want to be out here in these streets and they're not interested in being in something committed. So why should I waste my time? And then the next red flag for it all is that, do you know what you're doing in terms of what a committed relationship looks like?
Well, we got a lot of different situations that you can't just make synonymous to this person is afraid of or not ready for commitment. First of all, I'm 30. We were in our 20s. So my thing is, if people want to be in the streets in their 20s, let them do that. As long as they're not lying, manipulating, or doing anything to anybody else, that's their right to do that. So yeah, and then I just feel like
I actually appreciate a man like you.
But let me tell
because
you,
if you're not serious,
and
don't do it. You're just wasting everybody's
time. This is my
time.
biggest thing, and this is why I absolutely know what it takes and what it means to be a good person and partner for somebody. And because I know that I have all the tools to do that for somebody, I'm not just wasting that frivolously on just a relationship. First of all, I don't have to manipulate nobody to get women, so that's never been a thing. I feel like the only time people young kind of do that is because let me just tell her that we go together, so I never had to do that.
You're like, the P is not a problem, so I can be honest.
Humbly. And my thing is, if I know that I'm not going to fully commit to you, I'm just simply not. And if I'm upfront with that, you can tell me how you move. You know, at any point that you feel like your feelings are getting too involved, we can cut it out. Now, we'll get on some of my friends like, okay, but you also can't do like boyfriend stuff and then be upset. Like, I had one friend that was like, went over her crib every day, had her cook, went to the movies, did all this. And when she was like, oh, so what are we? They're like, nah. I'm like, bro, you can't.
What made you finally realize I'm ready as a man?
I think once I got comfortable where I was, career, money, situation, I felt like I did the work on myself. Like, I was really at that stage where it's like, okay, now I want to think about legacy, future, family. That's when I was ready. But it was more so when I felt like I kind of did what I needed to do to submit myself to even be available for somebody and then financially dependent for myself.
Do you believe that women actually benefit from like Kevin Samuels and all this, like what a man wants talk online? Like, what do you think it is at the end of the day? Do you think for the most part it's a hit, or?
I feel like two things can exist. I feel like some of it is good. I just don't like the manosphere space where it's like bashing women, because you can tell some men actually either are bitter towards women, and so it's coming out very negative. And so some platforms, like even a Stefan Speaks, where it's like it's very uplifting, motivational, criticism, but it also holds you accountable, but it's not a bash session and it's not coming from a bitter place.
Yeah.
So I feel like there is some positivity out there, and I don't want that to get lost with the amount of negative out there.
Yeah.
Like, stay away from the black, especially the black woman bashing, and stay more of somebody that's actually just here to actually truly want the best for y'all and for healthy black love.
Do you hold your friends accountable when they're cheating?
Do I hold my friends accountable?
So say I'm sure none of your friends are cheaters.
Right, because they're all great guys.
But if it was, if they were, hypothetically, would you pull your friend aside, like, do not be a cheater, please? So, that's a no.
So
it's definitely a no.
It's not a no. So I'm really at a point where I really mind my business. So I don't even know if my guys are cheating or not. In the
but say you saw that they were, Marvin. It was in front of you.
He's not gonna say.
Dang.
Nothing. He's gonna stay. You're just gonna stay out of it.
I'm out of my business.
He stays out of it. He's very like, I don't want to be a part of it. In it, don't bring my name up. I'm done.
Like drama,
not
don't
involved.
Let me know anything. I am out the way. I got enough going on with me. I'm trying to make sure my relationship say I ain't got time to be worried about yours.
Do you have any friends who are like, I don't date black women?
No, not at all.
No. You just don't even hang out in those type of spaces.
That's not my type of vibe. I don't think I even attract anti-black anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really tolerate that.
I love that for you.
Absolutely.
That's perfect.
So, Mr. Eccles, what is the pretty ugly lesson that you want to leave our guests with?
The ugly lesson is like, be great for you first. I think that's the best one. Be the best person for you first before you even think about anybody else. Be the best you for you. That should be your number one priority relationship.
I like that.
What is your message for single Black females out there dating from the viewpoint of a successful and attractive, now engaged Black man at the end of the dating scene? What is a message that you can give to Black single females out there looking for a man similar?
There are good Black men out here who value Black women. Don't let everything on social media tell you not. Even if you have to change what you take in on social media, it is so many positive representations of positive Black love. Keep hope alive, sis.
Thank you so much for joining us on this
Thank
episode.
you for joining.
This was fun.
This was super fun.
And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Pretty Ugly Lessons podcast, and we'll see you next time.
I want to hear y'all's red flags. Red
Please.
flag go in the comments, y'all. Share your
Please.
story, because I love to read through the comments all night and comment back. Please share your story, and thank you for watching.